Hey, everybody, how you doing? Cy Amundsen in, guest hosting for Tom Barnard today on the Tom Barnard Show. With me as my guest sidekick is Isaac Whitty, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, everybody, how are you?
And in charge of the show, Mr. Mike Rasmussen.
Greetings.
Ah, that sucked, Mike.
See?
You want to try it again?
Hello, everybody.
Even worse. All right, guys.
See?
And in a few moments, we're going to have an incredibly fun guest on. The amazingly funny Mr. Andy Kindler will be here. So we're going to take a quick break and then get the fun started. We'll see you in a second.
Dougie, what's new at Walzer?
I was reading this article in Edmonds about car shopping. Take a look.
Okay. Americans hate car shopping so much they'd rather give up sex and do taxes.
Yeah, it gets better.
What's ridiculous, though, is just how many people hate the haggle. 1 in 5 said they'd willingly give up sex for a month rather than haggle for a new car. Another 44% said they'd be willing to give up Facebook.
Read on, Sir Tom.
Even more worrying, though, are the number of people that would simply prefer to avoid the car buying experience altogether. 1 in 3 people surveyed said they'd rather do taxes, go to the DMV, or sit in an airplane's middle seat.
Tom, this is the reason that Walzer does business differently. We've been hassle and haggle-free for over 10 years, and people love it. Great pricing online, in the store, every single car, every single day.
And you don't have to give up Facebook?
Nope. In fact, I'd like you to read our new slogan from our brand new marketing department.
Okay, here goes. Don't give up sex. Buy from Walzer and save the haggling for home.
What do you think?
Slight improvement over the old marketing department.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you're talking fencing, Midwest Fence.
Midwest Fence, oldest and largest fence company in the entire state of Minnesota. Harry Truman was in office, and these guys were selling fences in Minnesota. Todd from Midwest Fence is here, and I want you to tell me, what's the big deal with Trex? Everybody's talking about the most powerful, strongest, most durable fence in the world. What's Trex fencing?
Trex fencing is the most durable composite fence product out there. No staining. It was tested in Florida up to 130-mile wind blast, and that fence was the only one standing.
Do other people have it?
We're still the exclusive. If you look in TrexFencing.com, we are the only fence company that distributes that.
So if you want your fence to fall down, you go with everybody else. If you want it to stay up, you go with Midwest Fence. That's what I'm hearing.
Clearly.
If you want to stay in a fence, buy a wood one. If you don't want to stay in it, you want to look at the beauty for 20 years and be lazy, buy a Trex fence.
Could I ask you a question? It's very personal. Do you sell electrified fence? Sell electrified fence because I need some.
There's some good razor wire down at it.
Oh, see?
You can get the new Midwest Guard Tower.
Yeah, the Midwest Guard Towers are great.
MidwestFence.com.
Hey, guys, we are back waiting on our guest, Mr. Andy Kindler, to get here. So we're going to kick off the show talking about probably the biggest thing in the world right now. One of Isaac's favorite topic, the World Cup. Isaac, you super excited?
I love it. I love how all the people that don't care about sports can all join together and say, no, I like soccer. It's almost like a big FU to all of us that do
that
like
actually
sport.
care about sports. Yeah, that's pure sarcasm in your voice there.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I like the sport that you hate.
Yeah. My favorite thing about the World Cup is all the hipsters and anti-establishment types, as they would describe themselves, who spend most of their time criticizing the United States and the way we do things. Yeah. And then the moment football is involved, they put on their red, white, and blue and load into a bar like a fucking douche.
Okay.
By the way, actually, just as a side note, I do enjoy the World Cup.
You do? Okay.
But I love sports, and I enjoy the World Cup because and it's like the same reason I like the Olympics. I love country pride, whether it's mine or another one, and to see an entire group of people emphatically rooting for something to happen.
Or get their hearts torn out.
Brazil,
just crying in their cups.
The crazy emotion that is tied to something like that. That's what's fascinating about me. But, the come-around fans of it, especially in this country, are generally a real bummer.
What's more annoying, an American, hipster that all of a sudden is big-time America, or the hipster that goes like, "Oh man, I'm just really rooting for Spain."
Yeah.
Spain's
I was
great.
I was at a bar out in L.A. for the Mexico game against the Netherlands,
right?
And crash landing with our guest. He's crashed in.
Are you guys live?
We are live.
We're live.
You're crushing
yeah.
in live.
Jesus.
No, we wanted you to crush in like this. This is good. Hey, buddy.
What is this, Is this new? Crushing? I'm crushing it.
You're crushing it.
Already.
Yeah, I started that before the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, Andy Kindler.
All right, give it up for me. This guy knows what I'm talking about. These ladies are. This guy. How many people here are here? God, this is my worst.
This is a poor
opening
start.
Ever.
It's a poor
Worst
start.
opening ever.
Honestly,
I got both of you guys. You guys were nothing before I met you. You were 4 years old. You had one joke about your pee-pee, poo-poo, pee-pee.
that was what it started with. That was my opening bit.
Isaac used to send me letters. Please help me do something.
Yeah, like
did.
actually,
You
did he
never
write
did.
them? Did
Yeah.
he write them? They were.
I never.
pen?
My philosophy was that don't help the people coming up.
No, I
because
get it.
at some point they're going to take over, and who needs it?
Yeah.
Right.
I hear it. Keep
Yeah.
them under your shoe. Keep them under. Thank God you got here. We had started to talk about soccer, Andy.
I can't hear anything in my headphones.
God damn it, Mike.
You know what? The people, the 75%. They did a recent radio poll, or what is this? A podcast? What do we got going on?
We're
here?
doing. Let's call it a show.
Yeah, they 75% of people at home love when you fumfer around and talk about how you can't get any sound through your headphones. They love it. They love it. They love to hear about whether you're using a Sennheiser, whether you're using a Neumann mic.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Oh, make him switch headphones.
Oh,
You can't
that's-
fix the ones he's got
Oh
on.
no,
there.
they were fixed, but
Okay, I don't want to.
there it is, right?
People
No,
love.
it's not there either.
People love the curtain being pulled back. They want to know
Yeah.
what's happening.
Especially in a curtain store, they want that. I'm still not on. I don't care. Maybe I am on. Maybe I'm on, and you guys have a problem. I can hear myself now. Let's do this.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
I don't want to interrupt. So you go back to what you're talking
God,
about.
please no. We started talking about soccer.
Oh,
Do you want to talk about soccer? at
I
all?
can't believe the German goalie, et cetera, and so on. something. Mein Kampf. Mein Kampf. I won't let. People say, when are you going to let the Germans off the hook? I'll decide.
That's a good.
No, I have let them off the hook. I won't.
You
Go,
have?
I'm not going to visit there. I'm not.
Yeah, that's a poor decision.
My luck, it'll start up again.
Yeah.
That's why I have a Hitler.
You'll be.
I have a Hitler Google alert. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting the jump on me this time.
You got the Hitler Google alert going. Honestly, you don't want to be the guy who starts it, and you could be the guy who starts it.
I don't. I feel like we're under. Is this like a voyage to the bottom of the sea, or is it another reference that neither of you know?
It's another reference neither of us know.
I
So
don't.
just keep
It
on.
sounds
keeping
vaguely
on.
familiar. Voyage to the bottom of the sea. Is that what
Yeah.
the Loch Ness
Sounds like
Monster?
old guy shit.
It was. It's an old guy show. It was a show that used to be on TV, and every episode, it was in a submarine. Every episode would be them like pretending to be running back and forth as if the ship was rocking. If the submarine's rocking, don't let the water in.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done.
This is true.
I'm going to be the guy. I'm going to be the sidekick on the show.
Honestly,
I'm just going to hop in.
Can we just give you
having
words
fun.
and you just keep going? Because I don't feel like doing. I'm just Tom. I was in for the 4th, and Tom said that he was leaving this week, and he was bummed because you couldn't do the show. And I was like,
I'm off the cans. I can't stand it. I don't know if they're working, if they're not
That's
working.
headphones for those of you that don't
The
know.
cans. I
Industry.
can't stand it.
Yeah, that's industry talk.
How's my voice? Is it okay?
Your voice sounds great.
Thank you.
You sound really great. We're going to talk about your voice later because I have to ask you at least 15 questions about Bob's Burgers.
Why are you so low in your register there? I have to ask you about Bob.
You know what? God damn it! I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it coming in?
unbelievable. What did I tell you
don't
about
like it?
dynamics when I first?
Yeah. Come up
when you
high.
took my,
Come up high. Come up high when I
Come
took
up
your
high.
class.
When you took my boot camp.
Everything ends up here.
You graduated from Kyle Cease's boot camp.
And then I went to the Kindler boot
then
camp.
the Kindler boot camp.
And then I got demoted back
back
to the Kyle Cease boot camp. Yep.
And the main thing is that we took all your money. We don't know what happened to you.
Honestly, I still write Kyle letters and nothing.
How many of those guys did take off?
0%.
Kyle Cease did.
And even he didn't. I'm pretty sure Kyle Cease is now conning college students.
I think he's a motivational speaker.
Yeah,
I
he's
am
like-
not. I am not involved with any of this with the conning. I don't know if we. I'm not involved in that
Yours,
lawsuit.
no, I've taken
Not
both
me-
classes,
Yes.
and yours elevates.
Well, I actually have a boot camp, which is my favorite one.
Go on.
That's the joke. I used to have a joke that That's my whole career now. I used to have a joke where I'd say the only boot camp there should be is one that leads to war. It should be quilting boot camp. Let's stop it with
Yeah,
these
stop with the war
analogies or the
metaphors.
metaphors or
Yeah.
with the similes.
We don't need to get into that. Yeah. No, it's good.
So what time did you guys start the show? Because I heard it was starting at 3:20.
Yeah, it was. Well, there was a show on before this, so
Yeah.
we originally thought it was supposed to start at 3, and then there was a show on before this, but there's some sort of turnaround bullshit time that we didn't know about.
Can you curse in a thing?
Yeah, we can say whatever we want.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
let
right.
it rip.
Well,
Let it rip.
fudge me.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
There you go. Get edgy. That was good edge.
That's
God,
good.
done.
That's good edge.
I had a good riff there at the beginning. Remember?
Yeah,
I came in the room.
When you crashed into the
Yeah.
chair.
Yeah, it was good energy.
When
I
you
thought.
crashed into the chair.
That wasn't even real, though, was it? No, I'm
No,
thinking
that's my
about
fake
it.
guy. It's
At
my
the
Robin Williams
time.
character.
Right.
Oh, look at you! Look at you! Your headphone man. Oh, look at you, arms man. Oh, I'm so uncomfortable with my own personality that I have developed a fake voice. Oh, I mean, I keep talking because I'm afraid of the silence. Oh,
Do Robin Williams German. You as Robin Williams doing the German voice.
Your Schweinhund. Your Schwein. Well, I could do it better. I could do the Robin Williams gay choreographer. And one, and two, and three, and four. Here's
like that
Robin
one.
Williams, black guy from the 40s. And the black guy's going, oh, Mare River. I'm a going I say, he always does the preacher guy. And I say, what? I mean,
It's like having the genie from Aladdin in here is what it is right now.
is that a movie of some type? Is that an
It was a
Avenger
Disney movie.
vehicle?
Yeah. They're redoing it. The Rock is playing Aladdin. The Rock is also playing the genie.
You
It's a
put down
real
the Rock-
Eddie Murphy scenario.
Don't put down the rock. I'll walk right out of here.
His thing. Don't you put down the
I'm
Rock.
in the business with the rock.
Yeah. Who
Yeah.
not Do you
No,
like
I'm not
entertainment?
kidding.
I'm not kidding.
No, you're not kidding.
You're
No,
not
I
kidding.
got confused.
Hey, so can you just do stand up the musical the entire time? We'll put our headphones
That
down.
was written by my friend Christina Hall, who I have to find her. No, I know where she is, but it's, I'm in love with the middle. if you fall in love, I got stuck in the middle. If you fall in love with the middle, you better hope that he headlines one day. Guys, back me up on this, ladies. Take a breather. Guys, back me up on this, ladies. Take a breather. Why do the women go to the bathroom in pairs? Well, I don't have to sing that well, 'cause I'm the neighbor's wife. So I have a voice that sounds like this, 'cause I'm the neighbor's wife. Milwaukee's got a nice club, but I prefer Detroit. The opener's been coughing, the middle's got the flu, the headliner got a series. Tell me, what are we gonna do? Call the juggler! He's gonna be here in a minute, call the juggler! Even with a 3-ball limit, the crowd will start to cheer as he throws those balls into the stratosphere. I'm a funny lady. Stage is dark, one spot. I'm a funny lady. The janitor is leaning on his broom in the back. But I can't get a break. Hey, Mr. Club Owner. Hey, Mr. Club Owner, would you? Hey! Hey, Club Owner. What are you gonna do? All your buck is the same old Jew. I forgot the rest of it.
The fact that you remembered that much is the best thing that I've experienced in a while. You know, when I was a young lad and you were shaping me years prior at this very club downstairs, you did that off the cuff a couple times.
He was a hack, 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 hack. Everything about him, it was hack, hack, hack. He had every stock premise in his hack, 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 hack.
It was the funniest thing. It's to this day there are two things down there that are the funniest things I've seen. It's that and Swartzen doing the who fucking farted joke, which is still the funniest.
I still love Redonkulous.
Yeah.
That was
Good. Let's get it in there. You know, Brooks and I, you remember Brooksy.
I just saw him last night.
You did see him.
He's wearing glasses.
I know. He looks good, doesn't he? He's not wearing. Was he
talking
wearing
Brooks
glasses?
Robinson?
Was he wearing seeing glasses? He looks good,
But
right?
they're not prescription glasses.
No. They're like cool glasses.
I love him.
I
He
love
has to
him.
he has to do comedy. I insist on it.
Here's the thing. I will tell you, he's great. He's happy. He's healthy. Everything's going well. But I think I tried to get him. He's working today. I tried to have him come sit in on this, but he's working. So
He bought a scooter.
he did buy a scooter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody at home cares about this part
mean-
at all. But let's just get into this.
But this is the problem with people. They should know about Brooks Robinson,
That's-
and they should care about us talking about
That's
it.
exactly
If they
what
don't
I
like
think.
it, then we don't want you listening
Find
to the goddamn
another show.
Find another show.
Find another show.
Jerks.
Find another show. Can that be
Viewer
the closing
jerks.
number? Find another show.
Find another show. You don't like it? Find another show.
Find another show. The people often
Yeah,
find
good luck
another
if they're
show.
not going to be talking about Brooks on the other shows, too.
What are we opening Anthony all of a sudden? Boom! Hey,
Something relevant.
Why can't I say racist things and keep my job also at the same time? Oh, I can't say racist things on my off time now? I wasn't even on the clock. Was I on the clock when I went on a 6-hour racist tirade? Case closed.
It wasn't in the studio when I
Wasn't in
called
the
that
studio.
black woman a savage.
Yes.
No, so
Doesn't
what's the,
count.
No.
It's my own private Twitter.
Yeah. You want to talk to
Yes.
me? Come to my
Yes.
house, my property, my rules.
Exactly.
I tell you, of all people, of anything bad that's ever happened to anyone, I feel sorry for celebrities and not having their anonymity. It's just the worst thing that's ever happened.
I do too.
And what way? Am you being serious?
No, I remember a long time ago I saw George Clooney, I think it was right after Princess Diana died. And I remember him going on this long rant about, it's just a shame what you people, paparazzi, do. And, we can't live our own lives. You're a multimillionaire. Mm-hmm. You traded that in as soon as you got headshots.
Yeah, but do you really think that? I don't think okay, so you're basically saying that Diana deserved to die in a tunnel? Is that what you're telling me?
I was
Is that
gonna
what you
get to
said?
that
Honestly, you want to
eventually.
be the queen?
I'm
the
glad you
princess?
brought that up because I swear to God, every time Isaac and I hang out, that's number one on his list. It's like, you get in a fucking limo, you're already a princess, what do you expect to happen?
Exactly.
What do you expect?
That's harsh, Isaac.
It's super fire, you're going to get burned.
What, are you working for TMZ now?
She was of the people.
Yeah, she was a people.
Goodbye, Norma Jean, though we never knew you at all. We had the great 65 degrees downtown Los Angeles. Downtown Minneapolis. What a great looking day. How's everybody in Duluth?
You were up. I saw a tweet. You were in Duluth? Did you voyage to Duluth? Was that real or was that for fiction purposes?
I am tweeting 24 hours a day, so either something's wrong. Either it's fraudulent or I have a staff. But I was in Duluth. I did a show there on Monday, and it was great. I didn't know what to expect with this. It's a beautiful city.
Yep,
I kept
cool
telling
people.
them it was great, and they were saying, yeah, come back in the winter. They said to me.
Yeah, it's worse there.
Yeah.
That's how this
beautiful.
part of the country works. It's worse.
Yeah, I also got laughs there, so what do I care? You know what I'm saying?
Fucking you get your laughs and get gone.
Yeah.
Hit it and quit it, as
There's only
Mike says.
3 clubs I work that I get laughs at, and 2 of them don't like me.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was
What does
just
he
this
say? What
club.
did you say?
I thought it was. He says he's a big hit it and quit it guy. That's his catchphrase.
That's my-
Hit it and quit it.
What does that mean?
It's
Is that like
it's
a
actually-
rap
What
thing?
does that? What does
It's
that mean? Is that a
actually-
rap thing?
It's more like fuck 'em and chuck 'em. That's it.
Nope, I can't support that.
No, what it is, I think it's touch it once. That's what the OCD, that's what they say the quarter people say. Touch it once, shame on me. Shame on you, twice it too.
It's a good OCD joke.
In the old man river, look at that. What's happening? I can't even do, how about Billy Crystal does the jazz guy?
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that. I mean, we can just segue in and out of Robin Williams the whole time.
Did you guys see that Billy Crystal, what is it called?
7,500 Sundays and one Tuesday?
I
didn't see it.
I flipped it when he started talking. I mean, my grandpa farted a lot.
Are you serious?
Long.
My grandpa farted a lot.
And he does
that's
the
what you go to
fart noises.
Did he do? Is it because I haven't seen it? Is it like the satirical way? Like is it everybody
Not
when they
satirical.
no. I mean, like when people
Don't hit
satirically,
him.
I can hit Isaac if I want. We're at that point.
Just a sidekick.
Yeah. Whack.
Isaac Woody, more like not so Woody. Boom, sing, boom, sing, sing, sing.
Shut it down.
I get sick of you guys giving me a hard time.
You just got Kindlered.
Can we pitch that?
You can pitch anything with me involved and it won't go anywhere.
Okay.
Believe me.
Okay.
You know what? If it was going to happen, it would have happened by now. That
think
ship
so?
has sailed.
I don't believe it. Not with a bullet like Kindler in the gun.
You just got Kindlered. What were we talking about? See, I can't remember.
We
I
were
have
going
ADD.
towards. Oh no, my question, Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
So like, you know when they make fun of one man shows and they're like, Grandpa was a funny guy, but his dog was funnier. Is it like that shit? Is it set up in that way? Like Grandpa used to fart a lot, but boy oh boy, if he wasn't a farter, like
Well,
is it that
it
sort
was
of?
like, oh, my grandpa would be like,
Why?
he'd be like, who did that? I didn't do that. He would deny that he
I
was
can't
farting.
believe that that's in that because
And
I
he's
heard-
doing
my
and Crystal's doing all the characters.
Well, my parents like that. My parents actually have good taste, and they thought they liked it when they saw it.
Really?
They thought, but you know what? I didn't think I would like it at all. But it is about his dad. But
Yeah.
why is he? You know, it's like this whole like blind spot that people have with fart humor. I understand that we fart. My even when I was 7 years old and people would do fart stuff, I would say, "Gentlemen, I implore you, is this really necessary?" Gentlemen, please, let's grow up. We're not 6 anymore. Gentlemen, we're 3 now. Let's put that aside. Gentlemen, we're not. I just stopped crawling. I walked yesterday. Enough already with the poo poo pee pee poo.
I just looked up a review of Billy Crystal's 500 Sundays show. It just says it's no cats. That's the whole review.
Wow.
So
That's not really true, is it?
no, I made that up. I didn't have time to type
well, why
everything.
do you pretend to look at something? We're here in the studio.
It's on
Who are you
camera.
fooling?
There's people on camera.
You didn't
Andy.
tell me we were on camera.
You look great. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about
I
it.
refuse to do anything visual without my makeup man.
Bummies.
I mean,
Oh,
I meant my gay lover. What?
Yes.
What did I say?
No,
did I say
you
it the
said
right way?
you're makeup man. You're makeup man.
I'm married.
To
Beard.
What do you?
Can a woman be a beard too?
That is, I think, the
yeah, she
definition
is.
of a weird.
She is a
the
beard.
beard. That's where it
No,
started.
okay. Can we go
woman
the
is
other
the
way?
We're not
beard.
talking about hair, Isaac.
Oh, can a man be a? I think a man.
A man can be a beard. Can a man be a beard for a
Then it
lesbian?
can have an actual beard.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Except the Italian ladies. Come on, fellas. This is the kind of the O&A stuff, right? Come on. Hey, it's Whip 'em Out Wednesday. Are you telling me we're not going to have Whip 'em Out Wednesday anymore?
You missed it. You missed it.
Are you going to tell me that we're not going to have stunts like the mayor of... You know one of their stunts that got them fired?
No.
The mayor of Boston is dead. He died today. It's a joke.
Really?
Yeah. The mayor of Boston's dead. And suddenly he got... I think the story was that they spread around was that he was in a car with a hooker. It's a joke. It's a joke. Come on, fellas.
We're just
Who doesn't
spreading
like jokes?
misinformation about a human being who's deceased. Yikes. What?
I bet none any of us have ever listened to the O&A show.
I've heard an episode.
And what'd you think?
I was pretty indifferent.
Yeah.
I was on a long, I was on a comedy drive, and I heard it. I like Ron and Fez. Have you ever heard?
No, I don't know them.
But I started listening to them. I'd catch them every
Are you
once
just
in a
saying
while.
that you're saying you're not ruling out two names? Did you think I was ruling out all two name shows?
Yeah. I thought
I
that
like
was
Gene and Krupa, who are good.
You like Bob and Fuzzball?
They're good. I haven't stopped listening to the.
How about Mike and Mike?
I watch
Sports
the
Guy,
Sklar
Mike
Brothers.
and Mike.
I like Mike and Mike.
I like Mike and
Ron and Fez also edgy. Is that the deal?
No, I mean they follow. They directly follow them, and they have a little bit more. But Jonigan used to be on there a lot, and so I would hear them from time to time. They're all right,
Who would
but
it be?
Tommy Jonigan.
Oh, I love Tommy.
Tommy Jonigan.
Was he on O&A too?
I don't know. He might have been on O, but I know he was on Ron and Fez.
Because I'm starting. They have that Stand with Ant thing.
Yep.
What I'm going to do is anybody who's been on O&A, I'm going to say, you're racists. Were you on the show? Now you're a racist. That's my movement.
That's total. I get that because
No,
if
but-
you are any part of anything, you're a part of everything.
That's right.
Yeah.
Don't
that's
try
my,
and defend
that's my
it.
thing.
Don't try and defend it.
Were you in? Did you buy a coffee at the same shop that this bigot did?
Yes. But you know what, though? I like the way you snap.
Thank you.
When I went after, let's go back to me and my tepid career.
Yes, please.
When I do that
Sure.
speech in Montreal and I went after Corolla, part of the reason why I did go after him was because I had gone on the show.
Yeah.
And because I really was into this thing, like, I have differing opinions than these people, but why should I hold it against them? And then I went on the show and I realized this guy really does say racist things under the guise of being a comic. Then I felt the need to say, I'm sorry I went on that show. But I don't believe other comics are wrong for going on the show. I really don't believe that.
No, I mean,
at all.
I think, and I don't think. I mean, as long as you're not being a party to it and pushing yourself along in a fake way, I totally agree with that.
And also,
you can't blame comics who are funny and doing their own.
I really
shtick.
don't blame anybody for anything.
Anybody who's on Opie and Anthony and is just promoting their own style of humor.
Well, maybe they like him. I don't care. But the thing is, this thing really pushed me over the edge because the fact that comics, first of all, that you don't understand what free speech means. It's like I couldn't care less if they keep their job or not. Everybody in every show business job or radio job, you sign something that says your conduct can be held against you.
Everybody forgets
if you don't
about
want to
that.
do it, don't sign the contract.
It's freedom. It's not freedom. It's freedom of business. He can say whatever he wants. He's
Right.
not going to jail because of it.
He's not going to jail.
But there are repercussions in the world
Right.
for your actions. And it's like this Donald Sterling thing. He cost other people money by
Right.
his actions.
Yeah.
They can take action against him. By the way, should we just acknowledge for the second that he's quickly becoming maybe the funniest person that's ever lived?
I haven't watched his recent.
He is.
I haven't
He
seen
went
it.
on the stand yesterday, and he called his wife, who had already testified, a pig, and then swore to sue the NBA until the moment he's dead, no matter how many millions of dollars. He's so far off. It's like watching a comet burn out. It's really, really something.
Wow.
Anybody who's that delusionally committed to something. I'm into it.
Well, here's the thing.
He's
too,
not
is that
hurting anybody. He's an old man.
No, he's
off the team.
His speaking tour is not going to happen.
No.
But the thing is that people. But the other thing is ridiculous. So it should stare everybody in the faces. These same people who are like boycotting Sirius, they're the same people who have spoke out against every boycott. Like, you don't like what that station's doing? You don't like what kind of product they're selling? Don't boycott them.
Yeah.
What do? Now they're the boycotting.
Now they're the boycotters.
It's total
the same
hypocrisy.
people who've been arguing against internet rage this whole time are now fucking internet
and
raging.
they're trying to. I mean, they call me like, they're calling me an alt faggot. I mean,
I saw that. I saw you say something about that.
Now, what does it say? At some point, if your fans are all monsters, and it has to say something about the quality of your show.
Thank you.
That's what I've heard so much about Opie and Anthony. Like
the Bill Burr thing where he's trying to. It's hilarious, but why does he have to put up with it?
Yeah. No, I like the Philadelphia thing. You're talking about the Philadelphia show?
Yeah, it's so funny.
God, it's the funniest. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, just YouTube Bill Burr, Opie and Anthony, Philadelphia, where Opie and Anthony, they put on a live show, a big outdoor show, I believe, in Philly, and everybody who went up, talented people, got basically booed by the fucking stick-mouthed idiots that were in the crowd.
Why would you want to go to a show and just boo?
And then, I don't know. And then Bill Burr went up and just tore every single one of them and their brains and their livelihoods apart in a way that's the part where he talks about the fact that they have a real famous, incredible boxer in their city, Joe Louis, and that they built a statue for a fictional white boxer, Rocky. It's so funny.
That is hilarious.
Well, what's your stance then? What's your stance on it? Because that's the big thing is this internet rage. Everybody getting worked up about something. Like it's a new cause every day.
There's a lot of different things. I mean, there's a problem just in Twitter. I have this problem. I'm addicted to it. I know I'm addicted to it. It's like any other addiction. I love Twitter, but it's also like can ruin my life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I never spent 18 hours a day on anything before like this. This can't be good for me. So there's also this is something that you do. Even I get way more upset. I try to be very careful. But if I'm in a bad mood and I think someone's saying something, and then there's all these bunch of people who are just like there's some guy they just like slam. You know, it's like and you can see them once you block them, you can still see them, and they're like they just want to get a reaction out of you. That's their whole thing, and they think that they've accomplished something. So it's like a microscope into a sick part of society.
Well,
microscope's the wrong word.
And here's something, and you talked about the Just for Laughs thing, which I when I got to do Fresh Faces, that was the thing I was the most excited for.
Cool.
It was the best. It was the year Patton was the keynote speaker, and then you did
right.
that
was fun.
So great, dude. But the funny thing is, and I've always thought about you and your criticisms, whether it be the thing you said about Louis last year that was so funny, and any of those guys, they're generally rooted in a whole bunch of truth. And then you find out, because I was Googling, I think criticism with what we do, with how accessible the internet and everything, just what you're talking about is so funny. How people, all of a sudden, they're calling you a faggot and stuff like that. And like I had Googled something, somebody had written something about one of your speeches at Just for Laughs, and then there's this whole list of people in comment threads, which is the death of our culture, and people just saying stuff like, who the fuck is this guy? Just some leftist idiot who doesn't know what he's... And you're like, it's just the maniacal race to idiocism.
Who is it? This is something that you literally get... Like this guy, Greg Gutfeld, who I can't stand, he has that show Red Eye, but I like Andy Levy, who's, I think, funny. He's the only guy I can watch, but I can't even watch that show because these other people are on it. He's like, and who are you? And, it's like, here's a guy, Greg Gutfeld, should be been around the block a few times, but he's like, and you're famous for what? And that goes with every single negative comment. It's always like, who are you to make the comment?
Somebody with a brain.
What kind of who cares?
Yeah. It's not, and by the way, I don't even know who the hell that guy is. So who the hell is he to ask who the hell, it's all
and
relative.
You are.
Go on,
and you are.
Mr. Gutfield.
Yeah, and we know who you are because...
I mean, I feel this way, but, consider the source. I'm a nobody.
You're a nobody. We're all nobodies here. Why should we even have a podcast?
Yeah.
If we don't have a certain amount of money in the bank.
Shut your face. Get in line.
Yes.
And do the things that the other people in line are doing.
Right. Or get famous.
Or get famous.
That's
and
the
then
thing with
do whatever
Gervais. People always defend Gervais. Like, this guy's such a so insufferable. And people are like, well, what have you done?
That's
what I
my-
haven't done is spend half my Twitter feed saying how it doesn't bother me what people think.
Yeah. That's what I was just going to say. That was my favorite thing of what you said recently about him was, and I think Ricky Gervais has been funny. I think the original Office was great.
Brilliant.
It's great, and I loved him on Extras. I thought he was
I thought
super
Extras
great
was
on
great,
Extras.
too.
But don't sit there. And Isaac and I were talking about this earlier. Don't sit there and pretend like that you criticism doesn't. He's got that commercial where he's in the car and his daughter's reading or his niece is reading off tweets and he goes and he just laughs about him. And then anytime anybody actually makes, Isaac was talking about where they had the comedian thing where it was Chris Rock and Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah.
And he
Did you see that?
He just
Yes, I did see
elevated
that.
himself and Chris Rock had that great joke.
That was my favorite part of the thing when there was an open question to all of them. They said, like, what was the first joke you ever wrote that worked? And Chris Rock, referring to Gervais, goes, why are you asking him? He wrote it last week. And it was just swept under the rug like it wasn't said because Ricky Gervais did not take
He didn't like it.
What to me it is like insulting to the form, whatever you want to call it, the art form of stand-up comedy, that this idiot thinks he's an accomplished stand-up. The nerve of him
And
thinking that he's as good as any stand-up. You can't do 7 shows and
Yeah.
claim you're a stand-up.
Yeah.
You know?
Basically, they were lectures if they were anything.
Lectures,
They were,
and he's preaching to the converted.
And they were all right, but it is that thing. It's where like you have a ton of fans, so you can go out and talk to people who are going to love no matter what you say. But yeah, it's exactly right. When you're talking to a guy like Chris Rock who's been doing stand-up.
Yeah.
And by the way, there's nothing that I think most people like less than somebody who takes themselves seriously.
Right.
And that's the thing that gets me. I really like Christian Bale sometimes, and then other times I can't stand him, and I think it's often in how serious he takes himself.
Yeah.
If he takes himself really seriously in a role, it's borderline
Especially when you're a comedian. Now,
insufferable.
him, it's one thing, but when a comedian has no self-awareness.
Yeah.
And Ricky, his specials stink. He did a special where he does like 20 minutes about how much he hates obese people.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm so sick of these kind of jokes to begin with.
Yeah.
And then it's like he obviously hates himself because he was heavier at some time.
Yeah.
You know, and he's a perfect example of like, if there wasn't Twitter and there wasn't a way for him to be an asshole, people might still like him. I mean, people still do love him, but
People do like him. He did, and it wasn't, he had one of the funniest sketches. He brought on, it was him and that other dude that's always with him.
Stephen Merchant.
Yeah, and they had a face-to-face meeting with Liam Neeson.
That was hilarious.
Did you see that?
That was the only funny thing in that show.
Yeah, it was so
It was.
It was the
I
only
tried to
funny
watch
thing.
it.
Yeah, I
So
tried to watch it. It
funny
was the
too.
same as every other show he's done.
Yeah.
Stephen Merchant, I actually like his show on HBO.
Hello,
was,
Ladies.
Hello,
was
Ladies.
funny, and
Super funny.
I think that he's a totally different. I like to think he's a totally different guy. Than,
Yeah.
Ricky.
Well, it's just nothing, and I'm not sitting here saying because, like I said, I think Ricky's been super funny and a lot of Ghost Town. Classic, but yeah, you come to a point.
I'm not a self-obsessed, egomaniacal, narcissistic, self-aggrandizing blowhard. I laugh at other people.
I like that. My mind is gone because of that. You took me right out of it.
Because I
Which
yelled,
was fun.
too.
It was super funny.
There's a certain phrase I have down, because I use them on Twitter all the time. Self-aggrandizing, narcissistic blowhard.
Yeah, it's your go-to.
I can't stand.
Is that your
myself
Twitter
because of it.
catchphrase?
No, because it's like I hate like with like the GOP. Like I hate the GOP. Like I hate them. Like they're just evil. And anybody like you could be conservative, but if you can't tell me that the GOP is not evil, then I'm not going to listen to one thing you're saying. You can't tell me, oh, they're really like the whole voter ID thing. Oh yeah, Tell me how many elections could possibly get stolen by instead of me going to the poll, an imposter goes down to the poll in front of me. And go, how do they know I'm not? Were they going to kidnap me for the day? And then it has nothing. So don't lie. Don't argue with them about the lie. It has nothing to do with stolen elections,
Right.
and it has all to do with them trying to stop black people from voting in the South.
yeah.
So it's like it's over at this point. I'm not going to argue with them.
You're not. It's a road that's completely pointless to go down. It's just. Well, do you have that thing? Because Patton came out with that a while ago about his issue with like Twitter started to consume him.
Did that just happen like a week ago?
It was like a couple weeks ago. Where
Someone said that he's now still tweeting since then.
he might be, but it's on a far less level. I think he was more talking about the trolling he was doing and the finding himself in situations where he'd get too far down the road. I don't particularly care for Twitter. I got the account.
Don't do it?
I send one out about every 3 or 4 weeks.
I follow you, right?
I think
better
so.
follow you.
I think so.
Oh,
I would
Let's
argue,
all
though.
get our phones out.
I would argue, though, that at
Yeah.
least the thing that you're saying you're addicted to is something that does help you.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with the addiction part. It's
That's
like,
the
it's
thing.
good.
Yeah,
I love
you
Twitter.
can justify it
I
by
do
like
love
always
Twitter.
looking at your phone. So
Yeah.
Well,
But
it's great if you follow the right people.
The problem with me is if something does not matter at all, like I'm all in. Like Facebook, like I don't know, fantasy football. It's just ridiculous.
You're just in if something's
and it doesn't
unimportant.
do anything for you.
But maybe you actually just enjoy it as a
really do.
leisure activity.
Which I think that's good.
Yeah, I think it's good. I
nice
can't get
to
any
have
reception here.
enjoyments.
There's no reception.
You know what? What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. We're all going to add each other
I don't
up
know.
on
I
Twitter.
want to take a break.
Do you want to say your
No,
Twitter
no.
account? Do you want to say your
Yeah,
Twitter
I'm at
account?
Andy Kindler, but no one tells Andy Kindler when they're taking a break. I tell
Sing
the other
us
people.
to break.
I tell other people. Oh, I have.
Get your Twitter hold in there.
I'm a ventriloquist. I can't control the dummy. The dummy's racist. I've talked to him. I put him in the box. It still didn't work. I have no control over even my vocal cords move.
And we'll be right back.
Suzuki has a big anniversary this year.
Yeah, it's their 50th anniversary. I just got back from their dealer meeting. It was held at the Ocean Reef Club down in Key Largo. Absolutely awesome. Great time. They've got some great incentives. They're kicking this thing off with a rebate package on every motor sold, plus an extended warranty, an additional 3-year warranty for free this month. It's a huge deal. Get on in and see what we have to offer.
And let me remind you once again, if you don't think you can afford a boat, you can, and I'll give you an example. If you gave up just one habit, I'm not going to say bad habit, you gave up one habit, you could afford to buy a boat.
Believe it or not, that's just about it. You're doing a Starbucks coffee daily, get rid of that, and you can have yourself a darn nice Alumacraft.
There's no question about it.
Or a Premier.
Or a Premier. Don't miss out on Premier. No, that's my boat.
Absolutely. That's Tommy's boat.
It is my boat. We got to mention the Premiers. Dan Southside Marine, 98th Street in Bloomington. Give him a call. And seriously, check out dansouthsidemarine.com. Just click on the financing. What's it called? The little flag?
It is what we call our affordability page. It says, don't think you can afford a boat? Click here.
That's all you need to do. Dan Southside Marine. I have a good reason to be talking today to Mike Bryant of the law firm of Bradshaw and Bryant.
Other than I'm one of the nicest people you know.
Well, that too. Now, today I need some legal advice.
I'll do my best. We always do our best for all of our clients.
Okay, here's my problem. I think I have a libel case for you to handle.
Okay, give me the facts.
Okay, the facts are I've been accused of being a bigoted, racist asshole.
Okay. I think a jury would be convinced, based on your statement, that there is no place for racism, that you hired the first black co-host for a radio show in the market, and that you grew up in North Minneapolis, that you couldn't, by any stretch of the imagination, be guilty of racism.
Well, thank you for that.
Easy money for Bradshaw and Bryant. The facts show the person was uttering the canard, had libeled you, defamed you, and damaged your reputation.
And he also called me an asshole. What can you do for me there?
Honestly?
Well, yeah, of course.
In libel, truth is an affirmative defense.
You mean if I am an asshole and he calls me an asshole, I have no complaint?
I'm just saying.
Hey, it's Tom Barnard. Is your computer running slowly? MyCleanPC.com can clean it up and speed it up today. Now, you might be asking yourself, how did my computer get this way? It's so frustrating, right? Well, opening infected email attachments, downloading music and games can slow your computer down. Over time, running these programs can cause junk files, internet clutter, processor and hard drive errors to build up on your computer. MyCleanPC can help. First, go to MyCleanPC.com, and in minutes you can get a free computer diagnosis and find out what's slowing down your computer. Then simply activate MyCleanPC software to clean out the junk, internet clutter, and even remove viruses. And MyCleanPC is guaranteed to increase the speed of your computer with MyCleanPC. There are 2 easy steps to speed up your computer. First, go to MyCleanPC.com and get a free computer diagnosis. Then simply activate MyCleanPC software to optimize your computer performance. Go to MyCleanPC.com today and find out what's slowing down your computer. That's MyCleanPC.com.
Oh, I don't like to be counted back into. I just want to come back from the break without having to be. What are you in the army now?
God damn
Hup
it,
2,
Mike.
3, 4. Hup 2, 7, 8. I'm never doing this podcast until next year.
We are back, guys, with Andy Kindler.
Let's pretend. Let's come back in like we were.
Like we were just having a really funny
Ready?
conversation.
On three, hold on. I'm going to say 3. We take a half-second break, and then we lift in. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
They are funny shoes.
yeah.
Those are funny shoes.
Oh, we're back now? Oh, good. All right.
Oh, we're on the
Okay.
air. We are on
Let's
the
let the fun
air.
continue.
Honestly, we're just out here. It's just us guys.
You guys are better looking than me. This makes me sick.
Isaac's really.
You guys,
Isaac's
come on.
killing it.
You're
Takes the
pulling-
hat off when he's
Look
in the
at you.
studio.
Look at you. It's sickening. Why are you in comedy if you're so
I don't
handsome?
know.
There's no
Was
need,
molested
no
as
need
a
for
kid.
it. You could be a hunk. I'm sorry.
Thank you. That feels really nice.
No, you could be like who's
like the Rock.
Not
Say,
The
oh my
Rock
God,
so
say the
much
Rock,
as,
but like a blonde Rock.
like your Brad Pitt, like that. You could be the next Brad Pitt.
I do like that. Will you? I'm gonna, Mike. You want to get that up on the website?
Yeah.
And
I can't think of a more handsome man than you. I'd like to hold you in my arms. What? I'd
I
like
want
to
that.
hold you. What am I doing with the gay stuff
Please.
all of a sudden?
honestly, I don't know if you heard this. Minneapolis was voted one of, if not the gayest cities in the United States.
you know what?
So let
capita?
it happen.
Is
Just in terms of friendliness and inclusion.
Yeah, but here's the thing that bothers me. You sleep with one guy in summer camp. You have a 4-year affair in the Army.
Right.
You run a bathhouse for 9 years. Yeah. You're serial dating 25 guys now. All of a sudden, I'm gay.
All of a sudden,
They're
you're the
saying,
gay one.
Now I'm gay. They're
All
claiming.
of a sudden, you're the gay one. What?
If you bake a cake, you're not a.
Isaac, just take.
I'm an alt faggot. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm an alt
Ladies and gentlemen,
faggot. Not
alt
faggot.
faggot.
Hi, everybody.
Andy Kindler.
Hey, what's up with the new? What's an alt band?
Oh, yeah, an alt band.
Alt band.
An alt.
MGMT. I don't know.
What's up with the Breeders? The Pixies? Are the Pixies out with a new album? This is not an alt faggot.
See, like, you don't even
the
know,
best
but that
character
is how
you've
you
done.
sound.
I
That's
don't
you.
talk like this.
You've just merged.
Put your headphones back on.
You're like a horror character. You've just merged into
Right.
your fantasy self. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Can we go back to talking about how handsome I am?
Well, you know what's really gross is that he has a low self-esteem.
I can't
And he
believe
looks
I
like
have,
that.
My self-esteem is fine.
I thought that you
It's
had
not awesome.
issues like when you're alone. Like
I
"Oh,
don't do
man,
great
I'm
alone.
So sad.
I'm not sad. I
Oh, you're
just.
so sad. Oh, what a baby. Oh, his baby's got some depression. Oh.
Big muscle baby.
Oh, I guess life is hard for the big muscle baby. I don't feel good today because I'm white in America.
There should be a movie about him, and like the end result would be like, it doesn't matter how many women love you, how much success you have to have true
Now, are you?
friendship.
I assume that I don't because I don't want to assume anything. You know, like obviously Isaac is gay. I don't want to assume
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you're
yeah.
Guys,
what? No, but are you?
You're
do you,
not. You're not.
No, God.
Do you
I've
like
been
women?
operated.
Do you like women? Is
I
that
do.
your thing?
I do like
Okay, so
women.
he has no problem with the
Respectfully,
ladies, right?
I respectfully like
And
women.
during the show, you flash your number and your hotel key. How does it work?
Are you familiar with fanny packs?
I actually, when my wife met me, I had a fanny pack.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's absolutely true. Not even as a sarcastic thing. I had as a wash jacket.
Oh, cool,
It's
cool,
convenient.
cool. Also,
Convenient.
do you like merch? Do you like selling merch?
I have a CD coming out of the year called "Hence the Humor."
Yeah.
And I had a DVD. I like to sell something if it's
I remember
new.
your DVD. I've seen your DVD. I have 2 copies of your DVD. The old one.
Oh
you
yeah,
have a
I
new
wish
one?
I was better. So no,
Yeah.
I have a CD coming out at the end of this year. Why am I pointing to the table?
Because it's an example.
Yeah. So okay, but I always feel weird selling. In certain circumstances, I feel weird selling merch.
I think all comics
But
do.
I don't
I
have
hate
anything
it.
against it. But I
think we all fight. I think it's fun once you get something you're super proud of.
yes.
Like if you have I just had an album come out. Isaac had an album come out. Not that.
Rub
when
it
you-
in, rub
when
it
you-
in.
Yeah. You're fucking late to the party.
I'm
buddy.
on Warner Brothers. Where are you guys on? I was on.
I forgot.
I'm on Mega Warner Brothers.
Yeah. No, my
yeah.
thing is on. What's a big
Warner Bros.
BMG?
Warner Brothers.
I could do it.
Point is, I wear a fanny pack with my number on stage. I toss one of them to the audience, and then I also sell them after the stage, so anybody who wants the number can buy them. Yeah.
See, if
then
I
make
hadn't
a little bit
stepped
of
on
money.
your joke early, we
Yeah.
would have been done by now.
Yeah.
It would have
And we
gotten a
could've
big
moved
laugh.
on.
We would have gotten a big
could've-
laugh.
Honestly, we could have done that comeback from the humor thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a fanny pack that I name it Fanny. and then I do 4 minutes about why would I name it Fanny? What's next? I don't even know if the jokes are funny, but then I sell them afterwards.
That's a really good idea.
That's a good idea. I like
You know what? Here's what we should all do.
Okay.
Use different objects during our act.
Right.
Maybe take out a pad. Maybe take out a coffee mug, and then you go, "Hey, blah, 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 blah. I was selling this after the show," and that you spend half your act doing that.
I think that is how advertising works.
Duh.
Yeah.
I heard you. I'm into branding and memes.
I'm so into branding.
And memes?
People are like, hey, brand yourself. And I'm like, of course.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're getting big into it.
Yeah, but my brand is I'm Andy Kindler. That's my brand.
Oh.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm the
That's
guy
good.
who you don't know who he is, and he's angry.
And got a real smidge of alt-fag to him, if I may say so myself. I've got a question for you. What did you...
Why aren't you directing anything? Isaac's here, too.
I spent
or Oscar,
a
as I
lot
call
of
him.
days with Isaac.
We
What,
hang
are you,
out.
is this your? Are you guys the when Tom? Are you when with? And,
No,
and Tom's
whenever I'm home, we see each other. But whenever Tom's gone and I'm in town, I'll do it and he'll be here.
How
And
much
the
does it pay?
times we've
What does
done
it
it,
pay?
yeah.
What does it pay?
It pays, God, tons.
A lot of respect.
How much
a lot
is
of local
How
respect.
much to you is a lot of money to do something like this?
I don't leave the house for less than $50. You know what I'm saying? I tell a club owner, I'm not flying myself in and putting myself up anymore. I draw the line at losing money.
Yeah. That sounds good.
I went with a door deal this week.
Good. You're just trying to unimpress the people in charge of you?
I'm getting a cut of the sticks business.
Yeah, their steaks are really good, so that's
they
a
are
right
good.
call. That's the right call. What did you...
I think we go to a dead end.
Can I ask you a question?
yeah, story.
I was bringing this up. Probably the first time I was ever familiar with you was, it was back when Donnie and Marie had their own show, and you had the pet show. And you went on their show,
Donnie
and
Marie.
you did the Whoopi Goldberg joke. I will
You
never
gotta
forget.
explain the Whoopi Goldberg joke
What,
for
you
everybody.
wanna-
But
I don't
Kindler
wanna-
knows it. It's his joke. But
I
explain it
offer
for the
$1
audience.
million for footage of Whoopi Goldberg being funny. Well, how did Donnie and Marie react to that?
Horrified. Horrified. This was so long ago. It's just stuck in my mind. I keep forgetting. Just see if it's on YouTube. Probably not.
I think that's a little sad because I didn't want to mock them. I thought they were sweet and
No, I'll never forget. You said no, because they set you up for something they knew they would hate.
Oh, I see. They set me up.
They said, from what we understand, you make fun of celebrities, and then you said the Whoopi Goldberg thing, and you prefaced it first by saying, it's not that I make fun of. I just hate the thing I hate about show business is that instead of people going with their heart, they will go with what demographics say, and then, for instance, the Whoopi Goldberg thing.
Right.
And they couldn't. It was
they couldn't get past it.
no. I was wondering, do you remember what that was like, or like? How?
Well, I only remember that it was pleasant because I remember that my friend Ed Krasnick, who's one of the funniest people on the planet, he was working for them. He was like a segment producer when I went on there, and it seemed nice. And I remember it was like in a little studio, and I think I forgot the Whoopi Goldberg thing, but it was not an unpleasant experience.
Okay, yeah.
You, I can tell you.
I wish it was so that I could. Were you setting me up for a story? Thanks for bringing that up. I got to the green room, and instead of my usual chocolates, they tried to foist on me. What's the thing from San Francisco? I have to hire someone to do references now. Cadbury.
Rice-A-Roni.
Cadbury.
Cadbury.
Giamatti. What is it called? San Francisco chocolate. Giamatti.
Ghirardelli.
Yeah.
That's what the next thing they'll be calling you on the internet. You old San Francisco chocolate.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, you go to San Francisco, bring your own. First of all, bring your own soap, and when you take a shower, like if it drops in the shower,
make sure Kindler
kick it all the way to Oakland because there's so many gay people in there. Chances are they'll be in your shower. And so if you bend it over to avoid them anally penetrating you, it's very important that you kick it all the way to Oakland because gay people are scary in the 80s, weren't they, fellas?
That is basically what movies were.
In the 80s? Or
Yeah, if you had a gay character in there.
Yeah.
Hello? Look, Miss
scary.
Thing. Stop it, Miss Thing.
One of my favorite things was this one restaurant I worked at one time. There was this gay guy who was a busser, and anytime you get something wrong, he'd go, hello, how long you work here?
Yeah, well, that's interesting because I don't normally go in for stereotypes, but my wife and I will never forget this. This guy was like so flamboyantly gay that Barbara Streisand stepped in and said, "Take it down a notch, please."
Breathe.
But we were at a restaurant, and I said, "Can we order a waffle?" But it was in the afternoon because we always get to restaurants at night and ask for breakfast. So he goes, so I say, "Can I get a waffle?" He goes, "I'm so sorry, the waffle iron's been turned off." And then he goes, he brings the toast and he goes, "Would you like some chili?" So it is still fun. Let's make fun. Let's bring that back. Making fun of the flamboyantly
the
gay.
great Geraldo Snacks joke?
What was that one?
The one where he talks about, he goes, I think I'm paraphrasing, but being gay is not a choice. He goes, but there's a certain level of gay. And he's talking about a flight attendant who's walking down the aisle going, snacks! 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 It was in his last special before he died.
Oh, man, my friend, I miss him. My friend, though, says about why they're always saying stir sticks. Would you like a stir stick?
Yeah.
With your coffee. Stir stick!
All right, we got to take a break, Mike. All right,
break the episodes apart.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll come back for the last part with Mr. Kindler.
I have to be out of here by 3:15.
Okay, cool.
Wow, that's
because it's 4:15.
That's funny. If I had said 2:15, it would have been funnier. If I had said I have to go in 1992, even funnier.
Classic. We'll be laughing that one.
I have to go I have to go be a zygote. Hilarious.
All right, we'll be back.